Hey guys, it's me, Seren, back with another video. This video is going to be about the messy, shady, white female privilege, professional fucking victim of a fucking liar, snake in the grass that is motherfucking Taylor Swift. I cannot fucking stand Taylor Swift. I have never been a Taylor Swift fan. Taylor Swift came for Nicki Minaj. What was that, last year? And I made a video on that. And, opened her mouth loud and wrong, and then ran like the little victim that she fucking is. And even like before then, I wasn't feeling her, but like definitely then, she's like friends with Lena Dunham, who's just trash. She's one of these fake white feminists where really her idea of feminism is I'm a white woman and I'm like perfect, so you can't talk to me, or it's misogyny. She's like one of those types, just like a professional fucking victim, a professional victim. So, and she's been riding this professional victim shit her entire career, ever since Kanye jumped up on stage at the VMAs and said, I'm gonna let you finish, but Beyonce had one of the best music videos of all time, which was not a lie, with fucking Single Ladies, right? Ever since then, she has made being a professional victim, especially of Kanye West, her entire career. And last night, that shit imploded in her fucking privileged white fucking face. And it's just so glorious. It was glorious. It was glorious to witness. So on Kanye's, and now y'all already know, like, I'm no Kanye fan, and I hate fucking Kim Kardashian, fucking white ass. Like, all these white girls could burn in hell as far as I'm concerned. So please don't think that this is like, yes, pro Kanye or like pro Kim Kardashian, because it's really not. But it is about like Taylor Swift getting caught in her fucking bullshit. So Kanye released his album, The Life of Pablo, which I already know how I feel about that. I made a video about his issues with making art through the white gaze. So he released this album called The Life of Pablo earlier this year, right? This year. Or last year? Y'all know how that shit goes. Like late last year, early this year-ish. And there was a song on there called Famous, which again, I made a video about the video for Famous. And there's a line in it about, having sex with Taylor because he made that bitch famous, right? Now, when the song first came out, Kanye was like, listen, I ran the song past Taylor. I ran, the lyrics past her. She said she was fine with it. It was all good, whatever. Taylor, her camp, her publicist, her tightly controlled fucking image was like, that's not true, that she doesn't know what he's talking about, that nothing was ran by her, that, and the song is misogynistic and degrading, and it degrades women, and blah, 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 blah. Not to say that it's not to say that it's not misogynistic, not to say that it doesn't degrade women, not to say that the video wasn't misogynistic and degrading, not to say any of that. But Taylor said that she had no idea about the song, about the lyrics, and that she's so disgusted, and she made it into this whole big thing. Earlier this year, she won her second Album of the Year Grammy, which how the fuck does Taylor Swift have one, let alone 2 Album of the Year Grammys? This bitch makes bubblegum pop music that is not even that great. Like, this bitch is not making Alanis Morissette fucking life-changing pop music, okay? This bitch is not making fucking Britney Spears, completely altering the pop culture landscape fucking pop music, but they just, like, throw awards at this bitch. Like, it was the first female artist to get a second Album of the Year Grammy. So, like, not Beyonce, not Whitney Houston, not Adele, who you guys love. No. Taylor Swift. And her song that she keeps making over and over again about her ex-boyfriend that was so mean to her, and this mean bitch that she hates, that every year it's a different mean bitch, right? But feminism, except for the mean bitches that I don't like, because fuck y'all. That's her whole thing, right? So she won her Grammy, and she gave this whole speech about, and people try to take credit for your fame, and people try to take credit for your accomplishments, and, and men want to take credit for the accomplishments of women, because everything is fucking shrouded in this fake white feminist bullshit, and everyone knew that she was talking about Kanye West, right? That she was, like, putting these very pointed jabs at Kanye, saying that he made her famous, right? Now, what happened last night? Kim Kardashian posted on Snapchat, she revealed that Taylor Swift knew about the song. Not only did she know about the song, that it actually was true that her and Kanye Swift had a whole conversation about it, including him discussing some of the lyrics with her, including the line, "I made that bitch famous." And, well, not the bitch part. I made her famous or something like that. Like, I made her famous. Let's just say I made her famous. And Taylor even said, like, oh, like, it's great, like, it's wonderful, it's provocative, and, you know, and people are going to get so mad, and they're going to think that we're having this feud, and they're going to ask me about it at the Grammy red carpet, and I'm going to say, you know, haha, joke's on you, because he ran it by me, and it's all cool. You know, and she acted like, oh, and we're all cool, and it's all fine. But then you fast forward to when the song came out, and this bitch swung in a totally different direction and said something totally different to try to throw Kanye West up under the bus. Now, some people are saying that, you know, maybe she didn't anticipate that, like, the backlash would be that strong, and, you know, she didn't want to damage her carefully, because a lot of people were saying that the whole entire song was misogynistic and degrading to women, and she has this whole very carefully crafted image about this, like, fake-ass girl power and woman power. So they were saying, like, maybe that they decided it was not in her best interest to reveal that she knew about the song, and especially that she knew about lyrics, saying that Kanye was going to fuck her, saying that, you know, he made her famous, because he ran that line past her, too, about, like, having sex with her and stuff, and she was fine with it. But basically, the moral of the story is she lied. She lied. She got caught in a lie. Those Kardashians have cameras following them 24/7, so of course it got recorded. Of course it got recorded. And, you know, they sat on it all these months, and then last night, Kim posted it on Snapchat. Kim provided the receipts. She provided the receipts. Again, not a fan of Kim, not a fan of any of those culture vulture Kardashian-ass white girls, but when somebody comes with a receipt, I can recognize that they came with a receipt. And everybody was talking about how Kim came with the receipts and how Kim is so petty. And I just have to go ahead and throw out there that the only person to out-petty any of those Kardashians is Blac Chyna. So the black girl wins again. But with all that being said, this was originally about, so this whole Taylor Swift thing, as it unfolded last night, was threefold, right? Originally, it was just about her getting caught in this lie. Like, you lied, you said you had no idea about the song, they provided video proof that you knew about the song, you're a fucking snake, and you got caught, right? And people were making fun of her, you know, people were making fun of her and, like, bitch, you're a snake, putting the snake emojis on her Instagram and just dragging her and talking about how Kim came with the receipts, you know, but it was nothing serious. It was just, like, people making fun of her. Then Taylor tried to reply on Instagram, talking about some, you know, I refuse to be a part of this character assassination, and I'm removing myself from the narrative, and you know, some very, like, and woe is me, you know, and I'm the poor victim of the mean black man, and everyone is ganging up on me, and misogyny, and I don't have to take responsibility for my actions, and I don't have to apologize after I got exposed as a fucking liar, and, you know, and I was recorded without my consent, and it was put on the internet in this blatant attempt at character assassination, and I'm removing myself from the narrative. Like, so you're not actually denying that you said those things, that you knew about the song. You know, you're making it about the fact that basically you feel like they entrapped you, like this was some entrapment type shit. Like, you feel like they set you up, and you feel some type of way about them setting you up. But bitch, for you to get set up, people have to know how you're gonna react. They have to know your behavior. They called your fucking bluff, bitch. They knew you were a fucking snake. They put you in a situation to exhibit that snake-like behavior, and you did. Like, that's on you. Like, I don't feel bad for you at all. And you're not even, you know, accepting responsibility, you know, taking any type of accountability or personal responsibility for your actions. Like, okay, guys, hey, like, yes, I did know about the song, but, you know, when the song came out and, you know, the backlash of it being degrading, and, you know, I didn't really think about it that way, so I just tried to distance myself from it. That was wrong. But, you know, in addition to that, they recorded me without my consent. Like, no, you're trying to make it all about how they recorded you without your consent and uploaded it in this blatant character assassination. Like, well, bitch, your character ain't shit. So that's what it's about. That's what we're talking about. Like, this is just more of the same old shit. And a lot of people also pointed out, like, girl, your entire career is built off of, you know, this personal victimhood and this character assassination of your male exes and the bitches you don't like. Like, that is your career. Like, those are your fucking songs. Like, your exes that you don't like and the bitches you don't like, and Bad Blood and Dear John, you know, and character assassinations. character assassinations of the people that you don't like. But now when the tables are turned and it's on you, oh my gosh, and I just can't believe they put me in this situation, and it's just so horrible, and I'm just totally removing myself from the narrative because, you know, it's just like so not fair, you know, it's like very like, oh, and woe is me, and poor fucking victim, and everyone's ganging up on me when, again, your entire career is built off of personal victimhood and the character assassination of others. And then you wrap all of it, all of your petty assholeness in this like white feminism fucking shtick. So people are unable to critique you without being called misogynistic. You can't even fucking critique Taylor Swift without people coming out the woodworks on some, oh, so you hate women? Like, no, we fucking hate her. Like, we just hate her. Like, we hate her. Like, Calvin Harris, producer, who's her ex, who I'm not on his side either because he's another culture vulture. You know, Calvin Harris, who's her ex, they dated for like a year. They broke up, and you know, a day later, she was dating Tom Hiddleston, aka Loki from Thor and the Avengers. You know, he put her on blast because they apparently wrote a song together. She wrote the song under a pseudonym, a fake name. The song came out. The song did well. It's a song that he has with Rihanna. You know, it was all good while they were together, but once they broke up, her camp let it slip to People magazine that she wrote the song. And then yet again, now we have all these think pieces and all this conversation about poor Taylor and how Taylor's a victim and how Calvin Harris is trying to like steal credit for her writing the song and her accomplishments. And, you know, a million think pieces were written calling him, you know, a bitter ex and a man trying to take her accomplishments away, which again, that was what her Grammy speech was about, right? And people that try to steal your accomplishments. But it's like, how was Calvin Harris trying to steal anything from you when y'all both agreed that you were gonna write the fucking song under the fake name? Like, you're petty. Like, you're a petty ass bitch. Like, you agreed you were gonna write the song under the fake name. Y'all broke up. The song is doing well. So you decided to fucking let it slip that you wrote it. You're a petty ass fucking bitch. You're petty. You set up these situations. You manufacture these situations to make yourself look like the fucking victim. You're a conniving ass little bitch. I can't stand this bitch. I really fucking can't stand this white girl. I really can't. And it's just the same thing again. And Calvin Harris fucking put her on blast on Twitter. Talk about some, I know you're off tour and you're bored and you need somebody that you could fuck with, like you did Katy Perry, another white girl that I don't fuck with, another culture vulture. So please don't think I'm on her side either. But he's like, you know, oh, like, you know, I know you're off tour and you're bored. You need somebody to bury like you did Katy Perry, but like, bitch, I'm not the one. Like, I will fucking put you on blast. Like, you're supposed to be so happy in your new relationship. Like, why are you even still thinking about me and leaking these stories about me and trying to fucking make it seem like you wrote the whole song? Like, I didn't produce the song. Like, I didn't arrange the music. Like, I didn't arrange the vocals. Like, yes, bitch, you wrote the song and you did your thing on the song. Like, yes, bitch, I applaud you. But I also was a part of the making of that song. We agreed that you were going to write it under the fake name, and now here you come with the petty shit, trying to make it seem like I'm this horrible, bitter ex, trying to steal, you know, your thunder and steal your accomplishments, and he basically said, like, because that's what you do. That's what you do. You engineer these situations to boost yourself up and to bolster your career. That is what you do. That's what the bitch does. Like, Kim reveals on video that you knew about the famous lyrics despite denying them, right? There's just no getting around that. And yet today, you had all these think pieces. Quartz ran a piece saying, like, what did it say? It was like Taylor Swift and Kanye West are having a public argument about men taking credit for women's success and shit. Like, and it's like, no, that's not even what we're talking about. Like, y'all really trying to, like, turn it into some, like, oh yes, and like the misogyny and like the feminism and like how the men hate Taylor Swift. And it's like, no, we're literally having a conversation. They're having an argument about Taylor Swift being a liar and a snake and a conniving ass bitch and throwing people under the bus for her own image so that she can maintain that she's constantly the victim to boost herself up and to boost up her record sales and to create this fucking image of it's the world versus motherfucking Taylor Swift and everybody needs to be on her side, right? And that's just the joy of being a white woman, right? Especially like a young, pretty, blonde white woman like Taylor Swift. It's just like, you're never wrong and it's never your fault and you're always the victim and you're just this delicate, precious, this innocent, fragile white flower that just has to be coddled and protected at all costs, despite your own despicable, disgusting, abhorrent behavior, right? And people will come out in droves to protect you. And that is white female privilege, which I've talked about before on this channel. The idea that, white women are never wrong and they're just always innocent in any situation, but especially in situations involving, those mean, angry black girls, like that Nicki Minaj thing, or, these violent, animalistic black men, like this Kanye West thing. It's just like, we have to defend the white woman at all costs. We have to defend the white woman at all costs. And I have to go ahead and throw in there that in another form, right? This is a microcosm, but on a larger scale, on another level, in another form, this idea of the white woman is never wrong, protect the white woman at all costs. This idea is what caused Dylan Roof to go on his massacre, right? And they're raping our women, and we have to protect our women. This idea is what got Emmett Till fucking killed. White women's lies, especially on black men, is a thing. It's pervasive as fuck. And that is Taylor Swift's entire career. Lies and manipulation and this professional victimhood of, you're being attacked, so we better protect the poor white girl. Fucking Amethyst Kelly tried to go that route, but Taylor Swift was like, I already got it, sis, sorry. Like, she already has slid in there. Like, the professional victimhood of just, you're being attacked, I'm attacked, come save me. Like, we have to save the poor white girl. But in reality, she literally engineers these situations to make herself come out as the victim, Like, the year that Kanye jumped up on stage was her highest selling year, like, up until that point. And it was just like, she was like, oh shit, like, light bulb moment, like, I can just ride this white privilege victim shit for the rest of my career. And that's what she's been doing, playing the professional victim of black people, of black women, of black men, of all men, of mean girls, Again, it's the world against fucking Taylor Swift. That is her thing. That's her thing. Professional victim. Like, the world is out to get her, instead of number one, taking responsibility for her own shitty actions, and number two, fucking admitting that she's engineering these situations, and no one ever, it doesn't matter how much evidence comes out. Hopefully this will be the fucking beginning of the end for this bitch, because no one ever forces her to take responsibility, because we just have to protect the poor white girl at all costs. Pieces are literally being written incorrectly, framing the narrative as Taylor and Kanye, are arguing about, Kanye trying to take credit for her work, and, no, Taylor blatantly lied. She lied. She manufactured a situation. She manufactured a bunch of bullshit. She blatantly lied to protect her own image, and she's playing the victim, and she played the victim in the past to garner public sympathy, aka classic white feminism moves, because that is the way that white feminism works. Taylor can lie and shame everyone, especially black people, and it's just never her fault. And that is the way that this pattern of white women and white feminism has played out for centuries, and their lies. This is the way that it's played out for centuries, and this is the way that it's going to keep fucking playing out. So, must be nice. That's all I gotta say. Must be nice. So, anyways, yeah, it started out with Taylor just getting dragged for lying. That was, like, the first part. And then the second part was her trying to, like, clap back on Instagram. And people were like, you're a fucking professional victim. Like, stop trying to make this about feminism. Stop trying to make this about people trying to take accomplishment for what you did, or taking credit, for your accomplishments. And, how we can't critique her because, the men are just out to get Taylor Swift. And it's just never, ever poor Becky with the good hair's fault. That was, like, the second part of last night. Then the third part of last night, Taylor's famous friends, Selena Gomez and Hit Girl, Chloe Grace Moretz, Hit Girl from Kick-Ass, Martha Hunt, who's apparently a model, but I don't know who that bitch is, A lot of her famous friends, her little girl clique, she likes to call them her squad, which she got from motherfucking Waka Flocka Flame squad, Brick Squad, but people don't like to talk about that, and that was just another thing that got stolen from black people. A lot of her friends, her famous friends, tried to jump in and defend her. And a lot of them, what they wanted to say was, well, there's more important things going on in the world than Taylor Swift being a liar and a fucking snake. Why don't you guys talk about that? And then Twitter just blew the fuck up. Everybody was getting canceled. People's faves were getting canceled left and right. People was like, you fucking dumb ass bitches. Selena Gomez, fucking hit girl. Y'all haven't tweeted not one word about Black Lives Matter, about police brutality, about racism, about Orlando, about the shit going on in fucking Turkey, about the shit that happened in France. Y'all haven't tweeted not one word about shit going on in the real world. People decided to come for your friend who just got exposed. She got exposed. People didn't come for her for no reason. People decided to come for your friend, and all of a sudden it's, oh my God, and you guys are bullying, and, you know, there's more important things going on in the world, and we need to use our, oh, I hit the table. And we need to use our voices to talk about the more important things. And it's like, but you don't use your voice to talk about shit. Like, it's like they took out their decoder rings and they were like, white feminists, assemble. And they were all saying the same thing. They were all saying the same thing. And somebody was literally like, is this like a cult? Like, these bitches are all saying the same fucking thing. Like, they're using the same exact words. Like, you know, there are more important things in the world. Why are we talking about this? And it's like, well, number one, we're talking about it because your friend's a fucking liar that likes to throw people up under the bus and play professional victim. So she deserves this fucking drag, and she got caught on video. So she deserves this drag. Number two, y'all bitches don't speak up for shit. Never. That was like the true tea. Like, you bitches just exposed yourselves. Y'all never speak up for shit, right? You're only speaking up because it's your friend's fragile white girl tears, you know? Her white feelings are worth more than our fucking black lives because y'all don't say shit any other day about our black lives. But now, all of a sudden, you got some shit to say because your friend's getting dragged. Oh, get exposed. Expose yourself. Expose yourself. Please expose yourselves. And Twitter just blew up. People were just getting dragged left and right. People was talking about their faves getting canceled. People was talking about, oh, bitch, I will never see another one of your movies. I will never buy any more of your music. It was like 3 or 4 different trending topics, like Taylor Swift is over party, Selena Gomez is over party, where does Chloe Grace Moretz live? Because people was like, who the fuck are you? Like, bitch, you still alive? Like, your last 4 movies were flops. Like, how about you fucking use your voice to talk about how your movies flopped? People was talking about Selena Gomez. Why don't you use your voice to actually sing? Because you think you could sing. People were just getting dragged left and right. So I did want to read you guys some tweets because there were some really good tweets that I saw last night about the whole situation. So I don't know how to pronounce this. I don't know how to pronounce this. Zamudzi. I really hope that's it. Anyone that I mentioned by name specifically, of course, I will put in the description box their name, their Twitter handle. I think it's Zamudzi. So she wrote, oh, I'm pretty sure that the LAPD is still brutalizing black folks all over the place. Does that count? Because somebody was like, because Hit Girl was like, oh, like, worry about shit going on in the real world. So she was like, you know, like, does that count as the real world? Like, some shit you haven't said nothing about. Few things I can't stand more than woker than thou folks dismissing conversations as trivial while not actually adding anything of note. Yes, we can multitask, we can kiki about celebrity minutiae and focus on real issues, but you're not doing either, beloved. Right, like these are people that won't say shit about shit, ever. But they will come together to defend this poor white girl. It's white feminism in a nutshell, right? It's white feminism in a nutshell. Somebody else was like, Huda Hassan, she had a lot of great tweets. One thing clarified tonight, real issues for white celebrities equal Taylor's feelings, not hundreds of unarmed black folks murdered by the feds. Y'all don't say anything about real issues. But then once we start coming for Taylor, it's all about the real issues. If you cared about the real issues, you would have cared about the real issues yesterday before Taylor was getting her ass dragged up and down fucking Front Street, you dumb bitch. Let's go back and read some more tweets. Tweets. Somebody put her exes and women victimized in songs would have preferred to be excluded from narratives too, because she's like, oh, I'm excluding myself from the narrative. I'm getting victimized. Character assassination. Again, it's all fun and games when it's you doing it. But when somebody does it to you, you don't like it. Huda Hassan, again, start using your voice on something not so petulant and unimportant. Because Hit Girl was like, oh, we're using our voices, stop wasting your voice on something so petulant and unimportant. AKA, stop talking about Taylor getting dragged. Somebody was like, how about you use your voice on something not so petulant and unimportant? Like, I don't know, Black life and police brutality. Hit Girl said, everyone in this industry needs to get their heads out of a hole and look around to realize what's actually happening in the real world. Somebody tweeted her, the day after the Pulse nightclub shooting, you tweeted about Roscoe's Chicken and Waffles. And I looked on her timeline. Right before she started tweeting this, she was tweeting about, like, Barbie dolls, like Barbie. Like, so again, when you want to talk about pointless shit, it's all fun and games until we start talking about your friend. But now it's not fun and games anymore, and we need to only talk about the real shit. Get the fuck out of here. Any more? Any more that I wanted to read? Oh, somebody said the amount of veiled misogyny is shocking. Talking about, because somebody said that Hit Girl is talking about how people don't talk about shit that's important, but she hasn't talked about anything important either. The last thing she tweeted about was like shoes. Somebody said that was misogyny because they're trying to shame her for tweeting about shoes. No, nobody's trying to shame her for tweeting about shoes. People are trying to explain that it's hypocritical for you to say that we can't talk about your friend because we need to talk about the real issues when you don't even talk about the real issues. You're only saying that because we're coming for your friend. Come on. Again, these white feminists love to throw the word misogyny around when anybody comes for these white girls. Then it's misogyny. Oh, then it's misogyny. It's misogyny. It's misogyny. It's misogyny. But the song Bad Blood wasn't misogyny, though. Funny how that works. I had tweeted myself, you really can't say shit about Taylor Swift without the but feminism assholes coming out the woodwork. Selena Gomez, who's like Taylor Swift's best friend, she was like, oh, there are more important things to talk about. Why can't people use their voice for something that fucking matters? People were like, bitch, all I see you using your voice to promote is Pantene and Coca-Cola. Like, these are people that don't say nothing about nothing, but want to talk about, why are we talking about Taylor Swift? Shut up. So does Taylor play the song she writes about her exes for them and ask for their consent? Does she? Inquiring minds would like to know. Inquiring minds would like to know. People just basically came for all of these people. Oh, hi Taylor Swift. Did you call John Mayer and ask him if it was okay to write Dear John? Did you tell him the lyrics? Just wondering, thanks. Basically, she's been doing this shit for years, and when the tables get turned, she want to be a fucking victim. When you write songs about mean girls, but you're actually the mean girl. Even Karen Civil, who's like verified, she tweeted us, Selena Gomez, like, we heard nothing from you last week. Like, we haven't heard nothing about anything important. But now, once we come for your friend, oh, the white girl tears start flowing about how we're all misogynistic and we hate women and we're only coming for Taylor because she's a woman and we need to worry about more important things in the world even though y'all don't talk about nothing, especially when it comes to people of color and especially when it comes to black people in particular. Y'all don't say anything. But we can't fucking drag this white girl? It's funny how that works. It's real funny. It's very funny. Watch white feminism work. You know how they say, like, watch whiteness work? Watch white feminism work, because that's what we're watching unfold right now, right in front of our eyes, our very eyes with this whole situation. So, it's a mess. I'm just glad she got exposed. I know people are going to be talking about, like, oh, and, because the line now was like, oh, she just didn't know he was going to call her a bitch. So, she's mad about that. Like, okay, but she was fine with the rest of it, which means she was fine with the part where he said he made her famous. We heard in the video that he told her that part of the line. But yet she made that into a big old thing, right, about people trying to take credit for her accomplishments. But it was fine when they were on the phone talking about it. She's still a liar. She's playing a semantics game now. It went from, I don't know anything, to, oh, I just didn't know he was going to call me a bitch, to, like, she's flip-flopping. She's playing word games because she got caught. That's it. I don't want to hear nothing else about it. And she's made a whole career off of this professional victimhood, of white feminism, of, I'm white, so I gotta be right. And the rest of these bitches are right there with her, defending her. So fuck all of them. They all cancel. I mean, not that they was ever on, because Selena Gomez, girl, no. But I know a lot of people canceled them last night, so I actually really liked Kick-Ass, but what can you do? So that's what I think about the whole thing. A lot of people wanted me to make a video talking about it, so hopefully you guys enjoyed this video. There will be links in the description box and Twitter handles for everyone mentioned by name in this video. Let me know what you guys think in the comments. See you guys next time. Peace. Okay, also, before I go, I also want to say that also the last officer from the case involving Freddie Gray was acquitted today of all charges, despite the fact that Freddie Gray's death in Baltimore was ruled a homicide. Mysteriously, no one killed him. None of the four, officers were involved were responsible for his death in any way. They've all been acquitted of any wrongdoing. So even though his death was ruled a homicide, nobody killed him. So I just wanted to also add that happened today. And, yet again, we see the murder of unarmed civilians, citizens of this country, go without any type of repercussions, go without any type of recourse. 3 more officers just died in Baton Rouge, and I saw a title, splashed across, I think it was the New York Daily News or something like that said, like, senseless. Now, you guys can run, as many articles as you want that say senseless, illogical, how do we get here? You don't understand. But then when, that very same week, police officers get acquitted of killing someone that coroners, ruled was killed, was a homicide, wasn't an accident, it wasn't something that just happened, someone killed this man, and yet we see time and time again people getting acquitted. Just like I said in my other video, you have cause and effect. It's not senseless. It's not illogical. There's a very real reason as to why it's happening, and we saw it play out again today. So I just wanted to also say that before I let you guys go. Sorry, actually, I want to say something else. I saw some tweets about that I actually posted on Instagram. If you posted me on Instagram, you saw them. Somebody said, for every 1 cop killed this year, police have killed 17 people. How is it a war on them? CNN commentator blamed murder of cops on anti-police rhetoric. It's either that or the constant murder of civilians without repercussions. CNN said there's a war on cops after 29 cops got killed, but 532 black people have been killed by cops this year. Cause and effect. You have people that feel like it's a war. You have people that feel like it's a war against black lives, so they're fighting back. And we just saw again today that, the senseless murder of black people will continue without justice. So don't run pieces that say that the murder of cops in Baton Rouge was senseless, because it wasn't senseless. CNN commentator blamed murder of cops on anti-police rhetoric. It's either that or the constant murder of civilians without repercussions. So rest in peace, Freddie Gray. Your death was a homicide, yet nobody was responsible.